Warming centers are now closed due to the milder temperatures. Staff are working to provide alternate shelter for those who were on site. As for the forecast, we are expected to see those warmer temperatures stick around for a few days. For more on that, let's check in with weather specialist Noor Rafat. Hey, Noor.
Hey, thanks very much, Catherine. Well, it's the start of a very welcome trend. Finally, we're starting to see those temperatures climb above the freezing mark for large portions of this side of Ontario, and really feeling that difference today when you step outside and don't feel your face hurt when it's being hit by cold air. Very different conditions with the +1 degree mark in Toronto, Oshawa +2 towards areas like Sarnia. We started to see that warm up since yesterday, really, with a lot of wind from a friendly direction. Today, not as much wind, but still from the southwest, helping prop up a lot of these temperatures. Now, it would have been nicer if we saw a lot more sunshine. Unfortunately, it's been mostly cloudy in the GTHA, and we've had periods of snow southwestern Ontario at this hour, pushing into areas like Waterloo, towards Kitchener and Kincardine as well. So heading into the overnight, I wouldn't be surprised if we see some flurries around the GTHA, but mostly expecting dry conditions. We are going to be getting into a dry overnight as well, and by tomorrow models are showing improvement for this system right here. Originally expecting it to push through the GTHA, now it looks like we may get by just some rain grazing past the GTHA, mostly snow towards Cottage Country and up to the north areas like Sudbury, all the way towards Thunder Bay even. -2 degrees, some windy conditions developing overnight, and it will be exceptionally windy come tomorrow. Those gusts near the 70-km/h range. But take a look at what happens to the temperatures. By 3 p.m., your high 6 degrees. Kat?
Thanks, Noor. Staff at Pearson Airports. Time now to check in on the long-range weather forecast, and weather specialist Noor Rafat joins us here at the desk. And Noor, a lot of that warm air we've been hoping for, well, it's arriving.
Yes, and that's certainly been great news for many across the country, extending all the way to the west coast, Catherine. Some even seeing some double-digit temperatures. Some areas, especially in the prairies, colder conditions up to the north. I think the big question on many people's minds, though, is will we see some sunny conditions along with those mild temperatures? Let's take a look. Well, unfortunately, not a whole lot of sunshine for your day in Toronto tomorrow, but we are expecting an incredible warm-up. Your high +6 by the afternoon. What we will see, though, is some strong winds, gusts near the 70-km/h range, so that should make for a pretty windy day, but we are expecting that snow on the ground to start to thaw with these very mild conditions. The polar jet is well to the north, and we're seeing a lot of that mild air push through large sections of the entire country, extending all the way to the west coast, where we're seeing almost spring-like conditions. Vancouver, Calgary with the plus double digits. We are going to see that trend continue into your day tomorrow, extending further into Quebec, around Hudson Bay as well, +4 for that high in Montreal, and of course climbing to 5 in Thunder Bay, 6 in Toronto. Not a whole lot of sunshine to go with it, unfortunately, because we are expecting some messy weather, but most of that messy weather is going to be around central and northern parts of Ontario. So we're seeing that snow early in the morning around Sudbury towards Sault Ste. Marie, passing through the Peterborough region in the afternoon. Bancroft as well could see some rain or mixed precipitation around the Kingston region. Again, expecting it to be mostly dry around the GTHA. And heading into further into your week, so Tuesday, really the remnants of this system are going to linger around. So we'll see some flurries for Cottage Country, rain for London, Ontario, but not a whole lot for Toronto. Once again, some sunny breaks could be on the way for Wednesday, but things will change very quickly as we head into the evening. This approaching system will mean potentially some snow for southern Ontario and some messy weather for Election Day on Thursday. So do keep that in mind. Even though we are going to be seeing temperatures above the freezing mark, not a whole lot of pretty conditions to go along with it, and especially heading into Election Day, it's going to be a bit on the messy side with mixed precipitation. 6, a popular number in Belleville, Cobourg, Peterborough, Oshawa tomorrow, and into Hamilton as well, +4 or +3 rather in Wyerton, and that mild air continues Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. As we mentioned, messy conditions. By Friday, things start to clear up, but the Arctic air is back for a little while. -1, your high +1 on Saturday, and then a colder -6 for your Sunday.
Thanks, Noor. Sweet City Fest. Let's bring in weather specialist Noor Rafat.
Hey, thanks very much, Catherine. Well, just like that, the weekend has flown by, but we have seen some gains when it comes to especially the temperatures. It is -1 degree just now outside the Toronto airport, feeling closer to -4, so it is cooling down. But earlier today, some much-needed warm-ups. Toronto, Oshawa above the freezing mark, 2 degrees in Sarnia, and so a lot of that snow on the ground slowly starting to soften. Not quite, as it is near the freezing mark still, but in the days ahead we will see that trend continue and get even milder as the week progresses. More on that in the full forecast. We did see those warm-ups really since yesterday, thanks to a lot of wind from the west-southwest. That helped propel those temperatures, or keep them propped up through the course of yesterday and heading into today as well. A lot of that wind has calmed, but we expect it to return quite strong come tomorrow, and along with that, some messy weather. Today, periods of snow around southwestern Ontario. We did see it push in towards northern Durham region, also into the Toronto region with some flurries earlier today. Expecting your overnight to be dry, though. That is, of course, until system number 2 rolls around, and this one will be packing not just snow, but mixed precipitation and rain once again. Although it will be mostly around Peterborough and the Kawarthas, and snow into North Bay and Sudbury as well. Might not even affect the Toronto region, but don't be surprised if we see a drizzle or so at around 2 to 3 o'clock. By then, we'll start to see the winds pick up quite incredibly as well. -2 degrees for your overnight, and by tomorrow expect those gusting winds at around 70 kilometers per hour in Toronto. Your high, though, +6 degrees. Kat?
Thanks, Noor. Time now to check in on the long-range weather forecast, and weather specialist Noor Rafat joins us here at the desk. And Noor, it is nice to see these milder temperatures come our way.
Yes, and I think a lot more people across the country, Kat, are with you on that. The good news is we will see those mild temperatures extend for a number of days across the country. The question is, on many people's minds, rather, is will it come with some pleasant conditions, sunny conditions? Let's take a look. Well, unfortunately, not a whole lot of sunshine for Toronto tomorrow and in the coming days. You'll have to wait a little bit to see it, but at least we'll see some milder conditions. +6 is your high. Along with that, some serious winds, though, gusting up to 70 kilometers per hour, maybe even upwards of that amount for some parts of the GTHA. The polar jet has been well to the north. We're seeing a lot of mild air extend through large sections of the country. So this is not just an Ontario thing. No, this is a prairies thing and a West Coast thing. 11 your high in Vancouver, 8 whopping degrees in Calgary. They should be at around 0 +1 during this time of year. And the warm-ups extend all the way into St. John's, Newfoundland, +1 degree. Of course, we would have liked it to be under some more pleasant conditions. That won't be the case tomorrow, especially for Peterborough County, North Bay, Sudbury, seeing periods of snow, and into the afternoon, rain in areas like Kingston. Again, mostly dry. In Toronto, we could see some sunny breaks in the afternoon, I should mention that, but again, windy, as I mentioned. By Tuesday, we're going to see remnants of that system, leaving some flurries, around, once again, Cottage Country towards areas like Cobourg and Belleville. Still on the dry side in Toronto, although we could see mixed precipitation in the afternoon. Wednesday is when the bigger system rolls in. This one packing, once again, snow, rain, and mixed precipitation, and it will take hold by Wednesday evening, but continuing into your Thursday as well, which is Election Day. So it's going to be a messy number of days under conditions that are milder than usual. The Arctic air will return, though, by the end of the week. So tomorrow, high of +6, Hamilton, Toronto, Oshawa 5, 6 in Cobourg, 6 in Peterborough, 4 in Stratford, and everybody's seeing these windy conditions. Here we are, +4 on Tuesday, 2 and 3 Wednesday and Thursday with that messy weather. And then as we head into the weekend, the Arctic air returns Friday, Saturday, and into Sunday around the freezing mark, if not below. Sunday being your coldest day. Watch out for a potential to see some slippery surfaces as we see that wet weather freeze heading into the weekend.